Hey guys, Thorian Still Gaming here with yet another Gotham Knights video. We just got done watching reading, I should say, the Discord Q&A from the devs, and I wanted to go over one of the major questions that was answered in this. All the rest are kind of just softball type of questions, and I know they don't want to give out too much, but something was said during this question Q&A, and I kind of want to just go over that now. But before I get to that, we'd love to hear from you. Hit that comment section down below during the video, after the video. Also, please make sure you share, like, hit that notification so you know when the next video goes up. And let's get to it. Okay, so the devs had a Discord question and answer. And one of the questions that stuck out to me is how many villain stories will we have if it's going to be just Mr. Freeze, Harley, and Clayface? Or are there potentially going to see more? Now, I asked this question to you guys in my other video, The Good and the Bad. I said if there's 5 to 8, I said it's a little too low for me. And if it's above 8, I said it's okay. Now, the other games, again, the Arkham games, don't have anything to do with this developer except for Origins. But at the same time, if there's more villains in a superhero game, the better. Now, let's look at the answer that they gave. Answer from Wilson was, yep, our trio of rogues, Gallery, all have some unfinished business with our heroes, but don't forget we have the Court of Owls as our main threat in the game, and with all of them running amok in Gotham, the Bat family is going to have their hands full. We've put a huge effort in making these villains have their own epic character arc and are pretty content heavy, or are excited to show you our spin on the iconic villains in Gotham City without Batman. Now, the question is, how many villain stories will we have? That's the question, right? The question is, how many villain stories will we have? Is there going to be just Mr. Freeze, Harley Quinn, and Clayface, or are we potentially going to see more? There's two ways you could take this. You could take this as him saying, yep, our trio of rogues, like he's answering the question, yep. How many villain stories are we going to have? Is it just going to be Mr. Freeze, Harley Quinn, and Clayface? Yep. And then he says, our trio. So, trio of rogues. The way I read this, personally, now I want to know where you guys come from. Do you guys think that there's going to be more in the game? Now, I also think that this game, because it's a single-player co-op game, I do believe that they're going to add more DLC down the road. I think this is how they're going to sort of monetize the game in the long run, which I'm fine with. If they have other stories, enriched stories, like if we only have Harley Quinn, Clayface, let's just say Penguin's the Fourth, and we have Mr. Freeze, and they give us that rich story with each of these during this, and then there's the Court of Owls, and then down the road, let's say 6 months or so, they have another pack where they have other stories in there, cool. But if they don't have that type of stuff, I think this is going to be kind of bummer. But again, I'm not disappointed. I'm just kind of weary. Is there going to be more than just the 3? Again, I want to have more villains in this game because I want to see more. But let me know where you guys stand. Do you want to see more villains? Are you okay with the villains that potentially could be? Are you taking this as, yep, there's only these 3? Or are you saying, yep, there are going to be more down the road? Now, of course, they could be playing coy as far as they don't want to ruin anything for the player base, and I'm glad they don't want to, but I don't want specific names. I just wanted to know if there was more in the game. Not down the road, not in like DLC, or because it's not a live service game, right? So I just want to know if there's more people in the game. And again, the question that was asked was, how many villain stories will we have? Right? So answer that question. Is there going to be just Mr. Freeze, Harley Quinn, Clayface, or are we potentially going to see more? There was no potential. It was just a, yep, our trio of rogues, Gallery, all have unfinished business with our heroes. So, where do you guys stand again? Let me know in the comment section down below if you like this type of content. This is me not hating on the answer or not. This is just me trying to figure out, what do you think as a part of a conversation? Do you think there's more villains? I hope there's more villains. Here's the thing. The last game that Montreal worked on was Origins. And in Origins, they had 15 bosses. Okay? Asylum only had 7. Okay? City had 6. And Night had 6. So if there are only the 3, and I know they say there's rich story in this for each of the characters. We did see Penguin in there, so we don't know if we fight Penguin like we did in the other games, but he is in the story. Maybe he progresses us through or whatnot. So the question goes out to you: do you want to see quantity over quality or quality over quantity? Which one is better for you? If there is only 3, but we get good, rich story, I'm a story guy. I'm okay with the story if the story is good. It keeps me engaged. But once we're done with the story, what's there at the end, right? Maybe, just maybe, in their so-called end game, maybe there's a lot more bad guys, but for the main story or even the side quests, there's not that many. Again, let me know what you think in the comments section down below. If you guys like this, please make sure you share, like, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next episode.